Okay, now I'm going to walk you through the process of making a microsite. So from the home page, first choose Design, Microsite. Then click New to create a new microsite. Now you have a choice of setup. All of our new HD templates are under the Dealer Microsite selection, so we're going to choose that and then click the Next button. So now in this browser view you can see we have a number of templates, some old, some new. I'm going to choose one in this example called Microsite HD 1 image, variable text, 5 links, 2 sub, social media fonts, and that describes what type of content it has in there. So I'll click on the icon and then click the Next button. I'll give it a file name, otherwise it'll assign one to you that is kind of gibberish, so it's better to come up with a name. So I'll call this Demo Microsite. You can ignore this in these microsites. You can just click Open to continue. Now in order to prepare this microsite to make things a little easier on myself, what I've done is I created kind of a cheat sheet with all the text and the links that I'm going to be using in the microsite. And you can do this or not do this. You can just type it in if you like, but I just did this to speed up the process for this demo so I could just copy and paste text. Okay, so I'm going to keep this sheet here in the background. Now, on the right-hand side of the screen, what you see is a preview that shows you what your microsite is going to look like. And it's a little bit of a rough preview. It's you can't completely go on what's visible there. You can always click the preview button to really see truly an example of what your microsite is going to look like. But notice that there's a lot of default text that's kind of just placeholder that goes in there before you put in your real information, and it can look a little bit ugly in the preview. So don't be scared away by this. Along the left-hand side, you'll see all the steps that it takes to build this microsite, from importing a logo to the text that goes on buttons to images that you bring in. So we're just going to go through this in order, and I'm going to use my little cheat sheet here to kind of speed up the process. So let's start with number 1. So, and you click on the little button, the numbered button next to each step to begin. So I'll click on number 1 and then choose View to choose my logo. I can choose anything. Here I'll just, for convenience, I'll choose the Lawrence Auto Group logo and then click the Save button to continue. And you'll see this process repeats. This is a very familiar step. And if you can look in your preview, you'll see that under step 1 there the logo is there already on the site. Now the second step here corresponds to the product image. And you'll notice that we left some space on the right hand side. It's not totally clear right now, but you'll see as we build this that the offer information, the price and all that goes on the right hand side of the image. So when choosing an image for these, if you choose something 1,000 pixels wide, this case is 1,000 by 500, that'll give us enough space to put some text to the right. So, but try to choose something where the vehicle is on the left-hand side and there's a little bit of empty space on the right to avoid the text overlapping the vehicle. So now I'm going to click number 2 to begin the product image. Now, if you look, you can see there's a number of folders where you're able to upload images and sort of categorize them how you like. You can either choose an image here. So for instance, I could choose this image and proceed, but I'm going to show you how to upload one of your own images here and to add it to this library so that then you can use it later on just by clicking within the browser window. So so I'm going to upload, I'm going to click upload to upload my own image. I'm going to bring in my own truck image, and you can choose what subfolder that will be in. I've created a folder called Microsite HD Images just for convenience. You could create your own folder by typing something in here, or you could put it in an existing folder, but I'm going to put it in the folder called Microsite HD Images, and then I'm going to browse on my hard drive for the image. So if we look right here, I have tutorial demo images I've created. I've pre-created this image of the Chevy Silverado, and it's 1,000 pixels wide by 500 pixels high. I'll choose open and then click Upload to upload this actual image into the system. Do I want to upload more images? No, that's fine for now. So now if you look, you can change folders here. We have a folder called New Online Demo Graphics that has different images that have been created for other projects. But here I'm storing them. Just for example, you can create your own folder in a folder called Microsite HD Images. And if you look, you may need to scroll through the pages, but you should see the image that we just uploaded. And in this case, that image is, okay, here we go. I'm sorry. The Chevy Silverado image was right here. I just didn't see it. Okay, we'll choose OK. And notice how there's empty space on the right side of the image that will allow us to put in our offer text. Okay. So now here I'm going to use this cheat sheet. For example, this microsite talks about a brand new 2014 Chevy Silverado Crew Cab, $359 per month. And now the offer, because it's done by text, it's broken into pieces. So this first piece of text will be our offer text 1, the second will be offer text 2. You can choose however you like. I suggest that you try the builder, and you can put different pieces of text wherever you like it. Whatever looks good to you and to the dealers is good. So I'm going to choose offer text 1 and get started. This is the default text that gets put in, but we obviously want to replace this with our real vehicle text. So I'll just choose copy. I'll go here and I paste. Okay. Soon in the system, this text will automatically be sized properly to fit the template. You can override the sizes. If you choose to make it bigger or a different color, you can by choosing these options at the top. But if you simply type in the text and move on to the next step, very soon we'll be rolling out a change so that you don't need to mess with formatting. But for right now, the system is still operating sort of in legacy mode, so we do still need to specify color and size for each of these pieces of text. But this is only temporary. So I made a note to myself even how big and what color these pieces of text will be. So I'm going to just make this 16-point white text. Okay. Brand new 2014 Chevy. And I don't know if you can see it, but that text is now in the system. Okay, now I'll go to step number 2 and try to breeze through these kind of fast. I'll go to Silverado Crew Cab. And this one should be 40-point white. Okay. Okay. Now in this case, I will just be using a $sign, and the reason we have this option is so that you can turn it off. If there's some other text that isn't actually a price, then you're able to remove the $sign and create different types of offer text. So I'll paste the $sign here. I'll make it 48-point white. Choose OK. And I'll go down the list. Once you get on a roll, you can make these pretty quickly, I think. If you pre-prepare all your information, you should just be able to kind of go down the builder quickly and enter all the information. Again, I'm going to make this 127-point white. Right now, this is the largest text size we're allowed. Again, we're rolling out some changes that will allow unlimited text size, but for now, these templates should work fine with 127-point text size. So that's $359. Okay. right and 36 point. It helps sometimes to hit enter after you type the type size because you just want to make sure that it registers. Okay. If the type doesn't seem to change size to you, then you might want to try that. But again, once in about a month or so when the new system rolls out, you won't need to enter sizes or colors or anything unless you want to. You can just type the text and move on to the next one, so it'll be that much faster. Okay, so now we'll move on to the bottom headline. And the bottom headline is this area down here, this dark red text. It can be any color you like, but for right now, the template, we have it chosen as dark red text. So I'll copy this here. Oops. Okay, and I'll make this a dark red. You can make it whatever color you think works best with your template. And I will make this 28 point. But again, if you make it bigger, it will show up bigger. Maybe if you have a little bit of text, you want to make that bigger. If you have a lot of text, you may want to make it smaller to fit more in there. So that's your decision. Okay, so we'll put that in. And as you look here, you can see it kind of starting to take shape. See, there's the headline now. And again, if you want to ever see a full quality preview, what the site will really look like, you can click this preview button, which is a little bit better fidelity than you'll get in this preview area. So this is a real microsite example. See, we can see how right now it's a little bit bigger than we want, so I'm going to go back in there and actually size that down just a little bit just to show you how that works. But as you can see, everything's starting to take shape. So I'm going to go into number 4. You can either click here or you can click here to access the same information. So what I'm going to do is just sweep over this, and instead of 40, I'll make it 36. And you may find that you have to do this with your text throughout the template. If something overflows a boundary or looks like it's too long, you may need to either shrink the type size down or just change the verbiage. So again, I'll do a preview and get our most accurate look at what this is going to look like. Okay, that looks fine. This is a little small, but I think you get the idea. You might want to go a little bit bigger on this. Okay. So now I'll continue down to the link buttons 1 through 5. And these are these buttons right here. And each of these can link you to another website, a page within the dealer's website, or anywhere you like. And you can also change the text that appears on the buttons. But you must fill out 5 buttons. So if you really don't have enough content to fill that out, what I would suggest you do is have all these links can lead to the dealership's website, and they can all lead to the same location. So it really doesn't matter. If you're short links, just try to be creative and come up with something that looks useful to the user. Okay, so here button 1, again for our convenience, I've just put this text in advance, but you can type it in yourself if you like. So I will paste this text in here, and I have a link. Let's say the dealer gave me a link that, the contact us page on our dealership website is this URL. So I'll paste the link where you would like the user to go when they click that button down below here. And when you're ready, choose OK. Okay, and I'll go on through the rest of the buttons. Instead of copy paste, I'll show you can just type here if you like compare models. I'll just type it in. And then for the link, as you see, I just invented sort of individual unique links for these, but they would, in a real website, they would be whatever links you receive from the dealership or come up with that are useful. Okay, as you can see, it can be a pretty fast process once you get the hang of this. Okay, now these image links and captions 1, 2, and 3 correspond to these images on the bottom. And these work similar to the buttons on the left. Each image has a URL associated with it, so when you click on the picture, it can take you to a particular web page or website, just like these buttons. Except they have the added benefit of being able to put a nice photo in there, and we can also put a caption on the bottom to describe each photo. Things like the features of the car, perhaps about financing, or really whatever you like that you would like a little bit more of an illustrated link than the buttons on the left. So I will go through these now. Image link 1. Again, you don't want to be confused by this folder structure, but if you're having trouble finding an image that you're looking for, remember that you can go to subfolders that may have been created by another user or you prior to help you organize the images, and sometimes that actually leads to people having a little trouble finding the images, but you just have to remember to click on this subfolder and go to the folder that you've saved your images into. So okay, for the record, these images 300 by 250 pixels is a good size, good base size for those. So I will choose a couple of these that I've already made before just to show you quickly. And then each has a link associated with it, so when you click on that image of the car, it will take you to this link. So I've kind of pre-prepared these. Okay. And as you see now, the car is now in the microsite. And if I were to click on that, it would take us to the link that I created. And now this has a caption below it. Again, we can either click here or here. Some people like to click here because it's a little more intuitive. And you could put something about that car image below. Here I created something luxurious interior. And these look nice at 12-point white left align, but again, you might want to make them a little bigger or a little smaller. And or once the in a very short amount of time, the new templates will be rolled out, so you don't even have to play with the size or color or anything, and everything should go into the template in a pre-designed way. So I'll go ahead and paste this here. So I'll choose, if I were to choose this black at 16, just to show you, this will come into the microsite exactly that, centered with black text. So if you look at the preview, you'll want to be careful that you are consistent, at least. If you do choose to custom format these and not let the template format them for you by customizing the size or the alignment or anything, just remember to try to be consistent. Otherwise you'll get something like this where you have text in one format looking pretty different from a text centered dark text in another format. So just bear that in mind. Okay, so I'm going to fix this caption. I think the 12 left alignment happens to look nice, but again, you can make your own decision. Okay, the rest of these work the same way. I'm not going to actually carry you through these two stages just in the interest of time, but they work similarly. You can choose different images and different links and different captions. Okay, we're almost done now. There's just that we have some options for social media links below, and including Facebook, Twitter. We have a number of icons that you can import. So I'm going to start with the first one. Okay. So with our make-believe dealership, let's pretend we have a Facebook, a Twitter, and a YouTube social media links. So here's my Facebook link. Copy that. I go to my pre-selected subfolder, and then and then I choose Facebook icon. and then I'll paste that link here. Okay. I'll move on to the next one, a Twitter link perhaps. And I'll choose Microsite HD images. Choose Twitter. Okay, now let's say that we only have 2 social media links. I'm gonna skip the YouTube one now to show you something. If you don't have a full 4 set of social media links, you can't delete them, but what we can do is we put a transparent image here so that no one will click on it, and that's really the best way to achieve this in the template. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose for number 22, social media. Okay, so I will choose my blank social media icon. And here it is. I'll choose my blank social media icon. You can put in any link because they're not going to be clicking on it, so if you want it to be safe, put in the dealership website. Okay, and I'll do that again with the other one. Now I'm going to do the disclaimer, which we here have pre-prepared my text there. Okay, and then I'm going to make this 10-point black text, left aligned. Okay, and that's basically all there is to it. I know it doesn't seem very quick, but after you've done a few of these, you'll see that it's actually a pretty easy process. If you've prepared the artwork correctly, if you have photos with blank areas where they need to be, and images sized at 300 by 250, 1000 by 500 for these top images, then the site should pretty much be a breeze. There's one last type of microsite that uses static banners created in the print builder that you can build in advance, and you don't type in this text, and you can import those as images. And if you have any trouble with those, let us know, but if necessary we can make another tutorial on that, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. So hopefully that about does it. Also, there's one other type of microsite that has a contact form at the bottom, and this one doesn't, so I couldn't show you that, but that will have another step at the bottom that's called contact. And what you do is when you click on that, you basically just choose your dealership out of a list of dealerships and then click next, and it will take care of the rest for you. So that's all there is to making a microsite, one of the new Microsite HD templates in the pick and click system. Thanks.